Hi, welcome to Living by Design, a life coaching network designed with you in mind. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button here on YouTube. Also, follow us on Facebook at Living by Design, Tony Buchanan. I am a professional life coach here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I want to talk to you today about how to overcome obstacles that are holding you hostage. That's right, that are holding you hostage. I want to share with you some proven examples, first of all, of what that may look like for some people, and especially for you. What are obstacles? And how are they holding me hostage? I'm glad that you asked that question, because I feel that what's an obstacle for one person is merely a hurdle for someone else. So where do these obstacles begin? How do they start? Number one, they start in the mind. Obstacles are things that immobilize us, that hinder us, that stop our progress, and keeps us from moving forward. That is what an obstacle is. Now that we've covered that, cognitive distortions are what causes obstacles in our mind. Cognitive distortions, what is that? Cognitive distortions have everything to do about the way we think about things and how we process things mentally. That's what makes it a cognitive distortion. Improper thinking about a situation that becomes an obstacle then holds us hostage, and we become stuck and can't move forward or move past the obstacle. Okay? When it comes to obstacles, it's very important to understand that there's no obstacle that we can't overcome or move past if we're willing to put in the work and make the changes in our lives in order for that to happen. I want to share with you some thoughts that we dwell upon, and I want to talk about different things in our lives that may be causing the cognitive distortions, therefore causing obstacles in our life and keeping us from moving forward and making those goals that we set for ourselves. Number one, you have to learn to control your thought patterns. Learn to control your thoughts. And you can do this through cognitive behavioral therapy. It does take time, but it is possible to do that. Some people have a lack of pain. Understand when I say a lack of pain, many times in our lives, until we experience pain or discomfort in a situation, in a relationship, in a job, we cannot move forward and understand and grow from that situation as a person. So what am I saying? We all have to go through some things in life in order to grow. No different from a plant. Anybody ever experienced gardening or maybe learned about it, photosynthesis, and learned about how plants grow in school, agriculture? When you cut off the dead ends of the plant, it causes it to be able to grow and spring forth and grow new leaves. But if you don't cut back the dead parts of the plant, the entire root will die. So that is how it is with life. Sometimes we're like a weed, or we're growing in the wrong way. Maybe we have too much pride in our lives, or maybe we don't have enough humility. So things come into our lives to cause us to cut back and reevaluate ourselves and make some personal changes, just like the plant. So lack of pain, lack of patience, lack of skill, lack of discipline, lack of knowledge, lack of inspiration, lack of desire or passion, perfectionism, understanding language patterns, disorganization, pessimistic thoughts, lack of or fear of change, fear of failure, feeling unworthy, procrastination, too many time constraints, complacency, and not taking responsibility. All of these things start in the mind, and these are behavior patterns that often lead to obstacles in your life. Think about it. Not enough passion, lack of self-control, lack of discipline. Think about going through a college, getting a 4-year degree, getting a 2-year degree, getting a 6-month certificate. In order to accomplish or achieve that goal, to graduate, you have to have discipline. You have to take responsibility. You have to get up every day and go to class. You have to study. You have to take the test and pass the test in order to graduate. So you must have these things to accomplish your goals in life. Because if you don't have these things, that may be the reason why you're being held hostage, per se. Okay? Ask yourself this question. Which of these obstacles which of these obstacles typically succumb me? Like, what is it that I'm experiencing? Is it a lack of interest? Is it a lack of motivation? Because if it is, you may be dealing with depression. Is it a lack of passion? Think about it. If you're not passionate about something, it may not be your calling. It may not be your niche. It may not be the thing that is necessarily your purpose if you're not passionate about it. Just some things to think about. How exactly are these obstacles manifesting? What is the thought behavior? What is the pattern? How are they manifesting? Think about it. What is the history? When did this start? When did I have problems speaking up for myself? How long have I had problems acknowledging my wrongdoings? How long have I had issues not stepping up to the plate and taking responsibility? How long have I been a procrastinator? Go all the way back to the beginning. Could be when you were a teenager. Could be when you were a young adult. Everything has a root. There's a beginning and there's an end. There's not just a middle. You didn't just wake up and become a procrastinator. You didn't just wake up and refuse to take responsibility for the issues in your life. It started somewhere. Perfectionist. What's behind that? Why am I a perfectionist? Was it a parent that I could never satisfy or make happy? Was it my 5th grade teacher who kept telling me to redo my assignment because it wasn't good enough? Where did this perfectionism start? Where did this procrastination start? So you have to ask those questions and get an understanding to find out the history of the root of your problem. Then you can move forward in resolving the problem. Okay? So once you've asked yourself those questions, think about it. Is this a personal obstacle? Is this a social obstacle? Is this an environmental obstacle? What type of obstacle am I dealing with? Personal obstacles? Maybe I'm very shy and I'm unable to speak in public. Maybe I'm having issues speaking up for myself, period. When someone asks me something about myself or my life, or asks me why did I do this, maybe I shut down emotionally and I'm unable to move forward. That can very much be an obstacle, not being able to speak up for yourselves. When did this start? What type of trauma did I face in my childhood? Was it neglect? Was it abuse? Why am I shutting down? Why can't I answer the question? So these are some things that we have to think about and be cognizant of when we're dealing with personal obstacles. And personal obstacles could be anywhere from communication to our inability to communicate, our inability to perform, all of these things. Personal obstacles. Social obstacles. I admit everybody's not a social butterfly. You know, you have people who have different personality types. You have introverts, you have extroverts. Some people fall in between them both at some time. Some people could be extroverted and a little bit of an introvert. But socially, can you socialize? Are you the wallflower at the party? Are you able to socialize with the opposite sex? Do you shut down? Do you become nervous? Are there butterflies in your stomach? Which are all normal things. But if it's to the point that you're so nervous you feel like you have anxiety to the point where you feel like you're on a roller coaster ride, that could be a problem. So what are your social obstacles? What does that look like for you? What are your environmental obstacles? Is it a particular college or a career you would like to have, but it's not available in your city or your small town? Is it something you would like to do, but you cannot do it where you live? You would like to be an airline stewardess, but there isn't an airline where you live. You may have to move. All those things are things that we have to take into consideration when we're thinking about obstacles in our lives, personal, social, or environmental. Gain the proper perspective on your situation. Step back emotionally. Step back emotionally and think about your situation from another person's point of view. How would my coworker, how would my best friend view this situation? So that's very important, to look at our lives, step back emotionally, and view it from someone else's perspective. I promise you that will help your ability to make the better decision. Acquire a different perspective. It's very important to do that, to acquire a different perspective, because I think that we often overthink things and we're inside of our own mind so much trying to figure it out. Seek guidance and seek help, because if it's a situation where you're in your own way and you just can't figure it out, maybe you need to speak to someone else. Okay? Obstacles are merely misunderstandings and generalizations that we have made about our circumstances. It starts in the mind. Things that we can't resolve start in the mind. That's how it becomes an obstacle. So we have to retrain our thought process, as I mentioned earlier, and I want to tell you about one of the techniques that helps you retrain your thought process and your way of thinking. It's called the reframing technique. The reframing technique. You start by viewing your predicament from someone else's perspective, is the reframing technique. But also, the reframing technique also allows you to step by step either write down what you're thinking in a journal. You can do maybe an audio journal, or you can do, some people may be more comfortable with writing their thoughts down, so you can track your thoughts and your emotions. And when you're tracking your thoughts and your emotions, it'll kind of let you know when your highs, when your lows, when you're struggling, as you go back and read it, and you're able to interject something that you can do in that place. So you're going to reframe your thought and your behavior. So often when I notice I'm in traffic, I start to have negative thoughts about my workday. So while I'm in traffic, instead of having the negative thoughts, I'm going to play my favorite song. Reframing my thought, I'm going to play my happy song. So I'm not focused on the negative aspects of what my day could be. Now I'm programming and reframing my day. Also, instead of it being the negative thought, you can also repeat an affirmation out loud or a scripture out loud. You can program your day or send positive words ahead of your day to combat any negativity in your day. Not to say that you won't have a situation in your day, but it's all about how you think about it in your mind. An obstacle could turn into a mere hurdle, or a situation that was handled appropriately and you were able to move on and continue to enjoy your day. It's all in the mind. It's the way you think about it. So that's the reframing technique that a lot of people may need to learn. Okay? Also, the breathing technique. There's a breathing technique that we like to talk about. If you're feeling overly stressed or you beginning to feel emotional about a situation, if you can take a moment to go to your room or to your office and you can be alone for a moment, it's called the grounding technique. You put your both feet on the floor, lean back in your chair, and you just begin to exhale and inhale very deeply. And as you exhale and inhale, and I want you to remove all the negative thoughts from your mind. I only want you to think good thoughts, happy thoughts. Or think of it as in a way, I'm releasing the negative thought. Today is a good day. You can repeat an affirmation as you come down from your breathing. I would recommend that you exhale and inhale for at least about 45 seconds till you calm down. Then when you get to a place where you're beginning to calm yourself and you can feel your spirit begin to calm down, I want you to be able to repeat something. Maybe innerly, you don't have to say it out loud. I'm fine. I'm well. I'm good. I'm great. I'm wonderful. There's nothing that can happen to me today that I cannot handle. Okay? That is the breathing technique, or what they call the grounding technique. This technique works. It works. So if you feel yourself becoming overly emotional or becoming stressed, please do this to calm yourself down. It works. Okay? Also, get your priorities in order in your life. Get your priorities in order. Get yourself together. Get your plan for your life. Set goals for your life. Stay with those goals. And if you need help carrying those goals out, contact a therapist, contact a life coach. Get that professional help that you may need to meet those goals and to be a success. Whatever you want to do, whatever you would like to accomplish in life, don't let obstacles in your mind hold you back. Okay? Accept and acknowledge your issues or your problems. Think critically and creatively and outside the box. These are some things that will help you get out of your own way and to eliminate those obstacles that are in your life. I hope you have enjoyed some of the things that I have said today. Thanks you for joining me here at Living by Design here on YouTube. Please follow us on Facebook, Living by Design, Tony Buchanan. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.